It's only fair that we discuss all of the positive encounters that you're going to have as an H2 owner. It's interesting. I never read about anybody discussing this on the forums. I never saw anybody discussing this in a YouTube video. So that's why we're going to talk about it today. As a Hummer H2 owner, there's going to be a lot of people who come up to you. You know, you're at the gas station. Maybe you're getting, getting food at the food market. Wherever you are, all right. Maybe you're just, taking the dog for a walk, whatever. There's going to be people coming up to you wherever you are and just complimenting your vehicle and asking you questions about the H2. This vehicle, there's people from all over the world that love the H2. Just with me on my YouTube channel, I have had people, positive feedback from all over the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Haiti, Germany, all over Europe, Australia, Mongolia. In all likelihood, I'm probably missing a few places. But with that being said, and there's owners, literally owners, Hummer H2 owners all over the world. Super cool, super fun. One of the memories I have is I was at, where was I? I was at Advanced Auto Parts, and an older gentleman came up. He said, "Wow, that's a beautiful vehicle," something like that. That's a great looking vehicle. I said, "Thank you so much." And then, people are interested. Then because you guys are, following along with my videos, you guys are working on your engine, U-joints, fuel pump. You guys are really bringing these vehicles. Truth be told, you're making them better than they were when they were coming off the showroom floor with modern day LEDs. The H2s today, they literally look better in 2025 than they did, when they came off the production line in 2003, 4, 5, whatever year your H2 came off the line. So that's incredible. I was in Vermont, and I remember the woman behind the counter. She goes, "Where's your vehicle at?" And I said, "It's over there." She goes, "Oh my God, you drove that? That's your car?" She goes, that's the coolest vehicle I've ever seen in my entire life." And she actually didn't know what it was, which is interesting itself. That's a whole other story, and we'll discuss that, I guess. Why not, in this video? She was an older woman, probably in her 60s or 70s, and there's some people out there who, this is interesting. They don't know what the vehicle is. They obviously know it's some type of car. They know it's an SUV, but they've never seen it before, and they're like, "What is it?" But they can tell it's a good looking vehicle. They look at the vehicle, and in this scenario with this older woman, she didn't know exactly what the vehicle was, but she saw the vehicle. She looked at the lines, and did I walk outside with her? Yeah, I did. I walked outside the hotel, and I showed her my H2, and she goes, "Wow, this is so cool." She loved it. She loved the aggressive lines. She just loved the sporty look. So it's really interesting to note that someone who's never seen the vehicle before, really, it just captured her imagination. She was like, "Wow." Maybe she owns one now, but she loved it. Taking the H2 to car shows. These vehicles, understand that this is 2025. They've been off the road for 15 plus years. There may have been a few that came off the production line in 2010. I mean, a few maybe, and they were marketed as 2009. I know that's the case with the H3s. I'm not sure if that's the case with the H2s. It wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, with that being said, you go to a car show. You don't see these at car shows. All right, two big car shows that I recommend. I'm going to be making a video on this separately. Are the GM Nationals. It's outside the Army, U.S. Army War College in Pennsylvania. It's a car show in Carlisle, PA. It's the GM Nationals. Understand that, yes, the Hummer H2 was made by AM General, the same people who make the American Humvee. However, it was marketed by GM, so it's kind of like a niche vehicle. And technically you fall under the GM umbrella. So you can go to the GM Nationals. I haven't seen any other Hummers there besides myself. I was there in 2023 and 2022. So if you're on the East Coast and you're looking for a great car show, check out the GM Nationals. And if you want even a crazier car show, it's called the Truck Nationals. And from what I understand, it's 4 times the size of the GM Nationals. So again, if you're looking for a good time with your friends, family, there's a lot of diverse groups there. There's children, adults, younger, older people, married couples. So there's a lot of people that go to the show. I've actually seen there's these 2 dudes. They drove some, what was it, Pontiac Fiero. I think they had Montana plates on it, which is pretty wild. So again, when I was at the car show in 2003 and 2025, I had a lot of incredible people, military personnel coming up to me, discussing how they love, the Hummer H2. Funny enough, I've discussed this in a prior video where somebody on the forums, they were like, I hated driving the Humvee. We actually would always take my Hummer H2 out when they were doing like their army stuff. So I thought that was, pretty hilarious and extremely cool at the same time. But yeah, I mean, people coming up to you, people, the UPS guy dropping off, FedEx, oh wow, Hummer H2, that's awesome. So it's a lot of fun, guys. It's a great truck. When you're at the car show, people will stand in front of it and they'll take their photo of themselves in front of your H2. So again, that's very, very common. As an owner, now I park my H2 I park it at the end of the parking lot, like all the way in no man's land. Don't be surprised if other people park next to you, even if you park in like the very end of the parking lot. They just take it as a compliment. They want to get photos for Instagram, whatever. And so when that happens, just take it as a compliment. It's actually happened quite a few times with me. Specifically, actually one time when I was parked, there was nobody around me, and 2 dump trucks actually parked next to me. So it was a great photo. They were 2, they're like 2 lawn companies, and I'm sure they took photos as well for their Instagram or whatever. It was a great shot. It was a little tough for me to get in, but again, that's just part of the territory. Just take it as a compliment. They saw my H2. They said, wow, let's park next to that thing. And I did get a chuckle coming back from the dentist office. There was one guy, he had a beautiful, it was his grandfather's, what was it? Chevy Avalanche. It was a fusion orange. It was like the same color as the Hummer H2 in 2006. Cloth interior. It was a beautiful vehicle. And he actually parked next to me, and it was actually really cool, to see his vehicle next to mine. So he said, oh, wow, the Hummer H2. He goes, I love your H2. And, he parked next to me. So take it as a compliment, guys, when you see, somebody parking their vehicle next to yours. I did want to actually make a few comments on my last video. Understand that, like, if somebody, like, gives you flack, for this vehicle, understand it's, in all likelihood, it's jealousy. That's one thing I've noticed from, the negative, I guess 1 or 2 people have made comments in real life. It's just pure and simple. It's just jealousy. That's all it is. So, but overall, guys, when it comes to like my H2 experience as an owner of this vehicle, 99.999% of interactions in real life have been nothing short of extremely positive. People love the H2. Women love it. Kids love it. Dogs love it. It's a lot of fun. It's just a great truck. There's no other way to explain it. That's another thing that's fun part of ownership is like quite often when I'm like at a red light, there's cars driving by, is if the passenger, it's quite often you'll just see like a passenger just like, if it's a younger dude, they'll like smile, they'll be like, wow, that's awesome. But it's quite often they'll be like, people will smile, they'll look at you. It's kind of like being a mini celebrity driving one of these around. Absolutely incredible experience. Going to the car shows, it's always cool too. When you're at one of these car shows, people are taking pictures of your H2, they're posting them online. So it's cool. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of truck. And, my goals with this channel are and have always been to pass along, number one, the information that I've learned, rebuilding and restoring my H2. Number two, there's a lot of people out there who they want to own these vehicles, but they do not know what they are getting themselves into. And I'm confident that I've been able to bridge the gap on my YouTube channel, and that there's been several people who have come out and they've said, hey, because of your YouTube videos, I actually went out and I purchased a Hummer H2 and I love it. So thank you for uploading these videos. And that's actually happened quite often since I've been uploading these YouTube videos. It's probably been about, as far as I know, I think it's about a half dozen people have actually purchased these vehicles based on my YouTube videos, which is absolutely incredible. Another comment I wanted to make is that when it comes to like negativity that you see online, in or on like, YouTube, Reddit, or whatever, understand that like successful people really aren't on the internet, going on forums and, like arguing about what car people are driving. So like, it's so insane when you go on these like forums and you read what these people are saying. You think of someone like, like a 4-star general or like President Trump. You think Donald Trump, after he's worked a 16, 18-hour day, do you think he goes online to like Reddit and like argues with people about the car that they drive? Hey, I saw a Hummer H2 on the road and talks about it. No, he's got much more important things to do. So like, understand that like massively successful people, it's going to be pretty rare to find those type of people, on forums regularly. Yes, massively successful people, yeah, they do go on forums, and they do go online, but like, they use the internet as an educational tool. They don't use it as a tool to like argue with people over stupid stuff. So just something to keep in mind. Internet's full of nut jobs. But guys, let me tell you, to wrap this video up, the H2, when it comes to like cars, trucks, UFOs, it is the most comfortable, vehicle or mode of transportation you can have on the road. Great experience, tons of positivity. I actually, after this video, I'm gonna hop in mine and go for a ride. It just puts a smile on your face. It brings so much adventure and positivity into your life to wake up. You walk outside and you see the vehicle and you're like, wow, that's my vehicle, that's my car. Turn it on, go for a ride. It's a lot of fun, guys. It's been nothing short of an incredible memories, owning, driving the vehicle, being behind the wheel. It's a fun game I actually play. When I have a passenger in the vehicle, I say, your job is to wave at people. I'm focused on, driving down the road. And, something crazy too, I gotta tell you, is that like, as an owner, don't be surprised when you're driving this vehicle that like people like that are driving on the road are going to be like looking at you while driving. Like I'm like coming down the road, I'm right here, and there was a dude like right here. He turned around and he's looking at me. He's looking at me. So I start waving at him. He starts waving at me. He's going like 80, 90 miles an hour. And I actually started like, fist pumping, and it was pretty funny. And dude he loved it. So like people just love the H2, guys. It's so much fun. The car shows, working on your H2. And again, this H2, the LS 6.0, it's such a great engine to work on. It's not, a massively complex engine. It's a simple engine. Even the transmission, I mean, yes, it's all challenging in its own right, but the feedback that you're going to get and how good it's going to feel when you're restoring the power to your H2, it's a great feeling, and it's something you definitely can accomplish. Something as simple as putting the LED lights on the roof at nighttime. It's like, wow. I mean, at nighttime, this beautiful machine, let me tell you guys, it just looks absolutely incredible. With those LED lights, absolutely incredible at nighttime. So awesome experience, guys. All right, guys. This is a fun video. I can't wait to see you guys on the road.